Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay. Let's get this up. Okay, things are now set up. So let's proceed with another Serenum Sokoban stream. Okay, so last time we added in a couple more levels, and more importantly, we added in a character and the ability to move them around. So currently I'm just rendering this in 1080 to kind of show the extent of what we did last time. However, today we'll scale it back down to the 4:3 aspect ratio, and we'll do a couple of things. The first thing I want to do is get the screen correctly shifting to the left and the right. That is, when the character walks off one end of the screen, they get teleported to the other end, and then the whole camera shifts. And probably it would be good. It would be a good example. I think it would be good to sort of illustrate more precisely what I mean by this. There's I want to say like an almost canonical Sokoban game within the puzzle game community called, I think, Skipping Stones to Lonely Homes by Alan Hazelden. Yeah, here it is. And yeah, I was thinking for a while what the structure of this game should be, and then I realized that like a shifting screen thing would be the best option, and then I realized, yeah, this technology has already been discovered by Alan Hazelden a long time ago. How do we do that? So basically, like in my game, what I want with the screen to happen is as follows. When we get to the right edge of the screen and then move, we kind of transition to the left. So I want to implement that today in the game. Currently, that's not happening. We just like walk off the screen. I also need to fix a couple of other small things. Currently, pressing the left and right buttons sometimes move the characters like 2 squares at a time, and like holding down the button moves the character like some weird amount of time. Like there's one button press doesn't correspond to one movement. This is to do with how we're currently dealing with the input. We'll modify that. And maybe most importantly, today I want to get the character movement synced up with the actual objects of the game. This is to say, the character can move when they're on a path square, but they can't just walk into the water. They can't just walk into the roost of the game. Okay, so like lots of small but important things to fix today. Okay. And then if there's time, and there's not necessarily time, we will start implementing the logic for the boat movement. Okay. So yeah, let's keep our first workspace to be our editor. So we want to do edit Sokoban in the codex. using our in our edit only mode. Well, edit mode. Okay. And yeah, maybe I haven't yet had a chance to look into how easy it is to specify types in this language. It also kind of strikes me a bit strange that compilation instruction isn't at the top. Okay, so yeah, we've got our key presses, the enums. Right, so the first thing I want to do is just get the character movement working, and then we'll deal with the screen stuff later. Okay, so currently the character movement happens in this this done loop here. Okay, and we should also, like, yeah, later on today we're going to change this to like a proc that's actually doing the moves properly. But yeah, we're currently saying if the key pressed is like key left, do this, otherwise do that. Okay, so in like the main game I'm working on, I'm doing the input slightly differently. I instead have two global variables for each like button press. One that says, is it being pressed right now? And then, hello David Cole. And the other that says, was it pressed the last frame? And then this way, if a player holds down the button, we can like detect across frames, which almost always happens. We can then like detect, like it was held down last time, so don't move the character twice. Okay, so let's like transition. Let's start making some globals to represent this, and then we'll kind of refactor the code to do this. Okay, so we have some globals here. So now we want to add in our button press variables. So variable S64. Okay, question: what is the type of a key press? I suspect it is a byte, given that all of these numbers here have just been defined as bytes. The compiler will surely fail us if it's not, so we'll go ahead with this assumption. So we want a global variable that's a single byte, and then I'm being silly. We want this to be a bool, to just recognize whether the key's been pressed down or not. So let's just say left key pressed. It's a global, so it should be initialized to 0 in this language. And then we also want another bool, but now for, let's do like right key pressed. And then we'll just do the same thing for the others. And then we want to do, QWERTY keyboards are so annoying. They are so annoying. Dvorak's where it's at. Now we want to have a variable for whether it was pressed down the last frame or not. So you can say left key pressed last frame. Down, left, right. Up, and then down. Okay. So now we want to have another I think we want to wrap up, we want to create a procedure that basically just processes the text input, the keyboard input every frame. And in particular, we can then just set all of these variables, etc. Yeah. It may be easier for the moment, however, just to include them in the main function. And then we can factor them out later. Because yeah, currently we're doing the key processing in here. Okay, let's just factor this out now. So how does this key event work? Okay, we're saying create a struct for this key event, a pointer to this struct. Get this next key event. If it's 0, just like exit. Otherwise, or not exit, I should say break. Otherwise, yeah, bitfields, yeah, Nick says I'm looking forward to bitfields eventually for Brevis. Yeah, bitfields will come in handy. Oh, it's so sweaty, it's so hot in here. It is so hot in here. New York in the summer. So I guess this can be called at any given stage. So yeah, I reckon we should wrap this up in a different function. So yeah, so what do we want to do? We're going to want to say, okay, I'm going to copy a bunch of this. Let's just copy all of it. And down here we could say procedure process input, and this is just going to be setting global, so it doesn't need to do any of that. Doesn't need to return anything. So yeah, we define this key event. If it's 0, we just break and continue. I wonder if this is going to give a compiler error since we're inside a procedure and we're saying kind of break. We'll see what happens. Then this line that I'm not exactly sure what this is doing. Okay. I think the escape is always going to get rid of the game, but the space bar is going to be important to the game as well. So we should add in a global for that too. Copy and paste. You could say space key pressed. Space key pressed last frame. Okay, so we want to modify this if condition a bit, and we want to say if the key event is a key space, and how do we? Oh yeah, so Nick says, yeah, how's your game going? I haven't checked in for a while. yeah, we've got characters moving about, and today I want to add in the ability to shift kind of left and right between the different kind of levels. The overall game itself is just like a massive string. Like this is this is the current game information, and then I think the game will at least be kind of like four screens by four screens. And so there'll be like, it'll be slightly longer, slightly deeper. But we'll see how it goes. Like, I feel like as a game idea, there's way more than like 16 interesting level ideas. But we'll see how it goes. At least I want to just keep the game at a reasonable size and then expand as I go along. Okay. So I feel like using the word "and" here is going to like fail. How do we do "and" in Latin? Isn't it like, is it "et"? Okay, so if the key event is equal to key space, or maybe we're using like the Odin syntax of and. So yeah, if the key has been pressed down and it's not the case that the key was pressed last frame, oh, hang on. I think we simply want to say if this key is pressed, and get rid of the space here. We then just want to say the global space key. I've forgotten the name. Like left key pressed is a bit vague. I want to say left key down. I want to say the right key's down. Down. And we want to say left key pressed. Left key down last frame. I'm looking forward to an updated editor with search and replace. Okay. So all of these things are down. So then we want to say when we're processing the input, if the key space is pressed, then we want to set this global. Set this to be true. Okay. Yeah, and is the this is the C syntax. And actually, just to keep this code kind of tidy, I think we can just put all of these on single lines. Because basically the code we're doing here will just be like lots of copy pasta. Okay, so then we've got, we have to do this for the up key. Why is the indenting not working? For all of these arrow keys. So if the key event is now a key left, do the thing. When it's right, do the thing. When it is up, do the thing. Finally, when it's down. Okay, let's just indent all of this. Okay, we do want space key here. Left, right, up, and down. Okay, we kind of do want to immediately quit the program if escape is pressed. And then okay, thanks for dropping by, Nick, and yeah, I may see you later. Key event, key escape. So we should say if escape is pressed, quit the game. And we'll do this for now. Like when eventually we're polishing this game, I don't want people to accidentally like quit the game just because they pressed a single button. So we might end up doing a options screen or something like this. But for now, this is what it would do. Okay, and then I think this should now be the procedure, unless I'm missing something. Okay, yeah. So now we need to set we've set these globals. We now need to set like we need to have it so that at any given stage when we're going through the logic of a frame, we can figure out if buttons were pressed in the last frame. So that means we need to, I think, do some kind of defer statements. But deferring within this procedure will be difficult. So I think the way to do this is how? How am I doing this in my big game? Get some water. I did something. I think it's something where just at the very beginning, before like almost any logic happens, we just say like the press down last frame global is equal to whatever the current value of is press down is. And then we're gonna then override that, but the point is we've then like shifted everything across. Okay. Yeah, so we want to do this in new main. So we want to say before we even, I guess we can like process this string here. This is like the most important, in some sense this is the most important part of the game. We'll keep that at the top. I guess we should process it here. We're not even in the main loop here. Okay, the main loop begins here. So this is where we need to do these globals. So now we want to say, yeah, we got, what did we even call these things? Like typically with Emacs, I just have like 2 split screens constantly. So I don't actually need to remember any global variable, the names of any global variables that I find. I just look at them and copy. Okay, so we want to set these. So we want to set left key down frame, dereference this. This is going to equal the left key down. Likewise, we want to do the other keys and then the space. So we'll keep it in the same order. So yeah, set the space to be whatever happened last frame. Do the left, do the right, the up, and then the down. And then okay. Save that. Store last frame button glue. Ooh, I'm gonna have to dereference a couple of. I just caught a bug. Since these are globals, we need to dereference these things. Okay. Speaking of, I just want to double check I correctly dereference stuff in the process input procedure. Yeah, we did dereference all of that. I hope the true and false will compile. If not, we'll just have to set true and false to, globals, but that's fine. Yeah, so we can get rid of this now. And now it's time to use our current. It's time to now. Okay, a couple of things. We first need to call our process input procedure from each time we begin the main loop. Well, after we've set the stuff in the previous frames. Okay. Start all, so yeah, set them from the previous time. Set the other ones now. Okay, so we can get rid of a lot of this. This can go, all of this can go. We now need to actually, we need to update the state of the game. And so I think we'll move this into a separate procedure, but for now we'll just move it in here, update game state. We want to say, we want to replace this line. We now want to say if the space key is currently down and it was not down last frame, so if space key down, or if it's down and it's not the case that space key down last frame, that is like the person, like this is the frame in which the player has pressed the space bar. Then we do the logic. Then we then say, yeah, what's this? Only continue if the game hasn't already started. I don't know what that is. This is where we'll implement our bow control logic. But for the moment, we'll just move on. Okay, now it's the escape key. Well, we've already covered that, so you can ignore that. Tam, change this to an attempted move prop. We still need to do that, but for the moment. So now we want to say if a left key down and not left key down. This is totally like a copy paster. Let's copy that, paste it here. What just happened? Control C. So that we want this to be the right. If the right key is down, and the right key is down, do that. Left key down, left key. This is now up. And then we do the down. Okay, so currently this would compile error since we need to dereference all of these. Hang on. We also need to, in the process the input, if stuff hasn't been pressed, we need to set it to false as well. Okay, so let's just dereference these first. Okay, all of those pressed, and then time to like properly change them, properly update them. Where's our process input procedure? In moments like these, you need Emacs control space R registers, whatever. I don't know what they're actually called. But that's the button sequence to temporarily store a reference to code. Wait, this is embarrassing. Where did... Okay, I did them in here. Here we go. Okay. I'm in kind of two minds about what to do here. I could just make all of these if-else statements. I feel like it's actually easier to understand and read the code to like almost no performance penalty if we simply just set all of these to be false at the beginning of every frame and then update them if necessary. So with that in mind, let's just say space key down is equal dereference is equal to false. Try again. Left key down, right key up, down. Okay. And yeah, now it's clear. Now it's clear what's happening. Okay, this like D sign is slightly confusing though. First of all, what does the D sign mean? I think it means break. In which case, if no keys have been pressed, we do want to break from this procedure, but we first want to set all of these to false. Okay, and then if things have been pressed, set them to true. Okay, and I think that's enough. So let's now compile this, or rather attempt to compile this. Deal with the bugs, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay. So yeah, we want to go into the Sokoban, and we want to run the. We want to compile this. Okay, our first compile error. Procedure assign corporo debi peregrina esse im. Is it expecting a comma even though there are no arguments? We'll see. Okay. In any case, this is line 265. And I forgot to not quit out of the editor. It's so hard. Okay, line 265. Yes. We are simply calling process input. So now let's suspend this and compile again. You are doing that. Compile. I do not know of anything that is called false. Okay. I don't believe that there is no false or true in this programming language. I think I just don't know the Latin word for these things. Let me just quickly check the online documentation for that. Otherwise, we can just add it. So we want to do programming basics. So if I just search true, nothing happens. What if I do false? Nothing happens either. Okay. Let's say Latin words, or true. What are these? Wordhippo.com. Okay, so we can just say like falses, and then what's true? I'm using the LOM, I can't be bothered. What are the Latin words for true and false? Okay, so it's just versus and falses. Okay. Verus falses. Okay. Let's include these then as globals. But yeah, I should put this in an email. Email to Sam. Okay, so we want to say absoluta. Absoluta Should I make these capitalized or not? I feel like they should be capitalized. Whereas, okay, so if it's true, it's 1. Otherwise, it's false. Absoluta falsus is equal to 0. Save. Brevis. Okay, so oh wait, why do we need this? What were we doing again? The error was like on line 2.5 something. What was it? Let's just check out the compiler again. .184. Okay. Or around about there. Okay, so all of this stuff. So this should be false. Okay, and then for all of these, we want these to be varus. I guess Emacs, I miss your macro so much, so much. I could have just done this once and then pressed a button, then pressed F4 4 times, and it would have this, it would all be done. Alas. Okay. Okay, so now we've set those, and then let's try compiling this again. Necessio aliquod up key down last frame appellator. Okay. Funny, I could have sworn I did define that. But maybe not. Okay, 265. It sounds like a copy pasta error. Okay, so 265. Up key down last frame. Yeah, okay, there was a copy pasta error. And weirdly, like, space in the previous ones was first, and then it's not first here, so let's correct that. Okay. Oh, but the pressed is incorrect as well. It's simply up key down last frame. Yeah, so around 265, what is it going? Yeah, it's just up key down last frame, down key down. Okay, compile attempt 5. I've lost track of how many. Come on, it's still, we didn't fix it. how does it? Oh, come on. It was... Oh. Okay. Like, we literally just changed this. How did I make the error again? So apparently just up key down last frame is nowhere to be found. Up key down last frame. Maybe I would have avoided this error by like having key down space and like key down left and having everything at the end, and then the weird like anomaly would have stood out more. In either case, we have saved and we are compiling it again. It doesn't like the exclamation mark. Why? A space is prohibited in this programming language? I don't remember that being the case. Let's check out the documentation again. So let's do control find exclamation mark. Oh, there's no exclamation mark space? No, surely I can negate things. Is there not a binary operator in this language that just negates? I feel like that would be like one of the first things to put into a programming language. Okay, let's just see if the space is stuffing things up. Like it may just be like a simple passing bug. Like maybe the author of the the author of the compiler was like, when I program I never have spaces after exclamation marks, so it should be fine. But that is not me. Okay, save and compile. No, it really doesn't like this. Unexpected. Like massively unexpected. Okay, we'll simply adjust it accordingly. Now I'll be sending an email to the compiler team. Okay, so if the key down last frame is not equal to true, or that is if it's simply equal to false, or falses. Where did I go? Serenity now, serenity now. Control space RC, and I'm back to where I was. But alas, this is not Emacs. Okay, we're down here. Equals falses. equals false. Okay. It feels really okay. Like these are booleans, so I shouldn't even be like comparing the booleans with other like booleans to begin with, right? Like saying like true equal to false is kind of ridiculous, which is why I had like the binary not operator here. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. How is there no binary operator in this language? Like, surely there is. Actually, I like there has to be. I'm convinced there has to be. Let's go for a detour and just explore some of the libraries and just try and search for the binary negation operator in some of these other in some of the other libraries. Okay, so we want to go into the documentation. Maybe that's not the best. No, okay, take this back. We're going to go into the examples. And just check out maybe even just like check out Pong or something. So go to the codex, and let's just open up in read-only mode the Pong program. Okay. And then if we don't spot a binary operator in here, we can go through some libraries. Haven't yet spotted it. Okay, I'm not seeing it yet. But this one is a simple program. Okay, let's quit and read through like one of the libraries then. So let's go to the Fulcra. Tab. And let's check out the strings. Like there has to be a binary operator, surely. Okay, but actually maybe there's not. Like given that there doesn't seem to be a type for booleans. Yeah, I guess if you don't have a boolean type, then you wouldn't really have a negation operator. Okay. I feel like booleans is such a fundamental type though. Okay, I guess they're not in this language. Okay. We'll go back to saying is true equals false, and likewise. It's the price we pay. Okay, so then we say blah 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 blah. Yeah, so let's try compiling this. Things are looking promising. Too much standing. Okay, that worked. Let's see if the actual program runs as intended. Hello, Anna James. Okay. Oh no! This massive crash. What just happened? This is often because you did something bad with the pointer. Oh dear. Oh no. I have no idea what could have caused this. Maybe it's because we aren't returning from functions appropriately. Let's check that out. I'm good, thanks, Anna James. Yeah, I'm very hot since it's very steamy in upstate New York at the moment. But I've got some water, or at least I have a tiny bit of water left. I'll have to get some more soon. But yeah, otherwise, the big game project is coming along, and then this one is fun. Yeah, but how are you going? Have you had a satisfying morning, midday, afternoon, evening, night? Okay. So yeah, so let's check out the procedures in case we're failing to return from them. So this render character one, this was working last time, even though we don't have it an explicit return statement from this one. So that seems to be fine. Yeah, what could this be? What could be going wrong? Yeah, it's unclear. We may have to look at the compiler output in more detail. Okay, the program counter tells you which instruction caused the crash. The associated value will be the pointer in question for memory access violations. So for instance, a null dereference exception will have the associated value 0. Okay. Yeah, so what's happening here? So we've got a load page fault. So yeah, stack pointer, like 120 something. Many of these registers are 0. So we could follow the hint that says this is often because we did something bad with the pointer. Okay, and the associated value we have is 0. So it's saying a null dereference exception will have the associated value 0. Okay. So presumably, yeah, we are like dereferencing a null somewhere. So let's try and locate that. Where have we... Okay, I could see that if we forgot to dereference one of these and one of the globals, and then we set the global to false, that is like setting the pointer to 0 instead of the value in it. That would be my first guess as to what is going on. However, I thought I had read through this to try and I attempted to be careful to make sure I dereferenced all of these globals. This was evidently unsuccessful. This is also the graphic setup of 3, but really want this to be a 1. Yeah, my day's been good so far. Thanks for asking, Anna. Yeah, despite the temperature, things have been good. Things have been satisfying. The stuff's fine. All of that stuff will be fine. We did dereference all of those, so that's okay. It seems that all of those have been dereferenced, so that's fine. That seems to be fine too. So what's going on? Could it be in this part of the code? Like we dereferenced both of those. Like a hacky way to do this would actually just be to get rid of all of the globals and just make them all stack variables. I am kind of tempted to do this. But let's just check out this here again. I haven't used any of the like Serenum assembler stuff yet. I kind of don't want to look into that now though. So what is the time? 4:45. Yeah, let's just convert stuff to stack variables. It will be easier. Okay. So we want to say all of this stuff. But then we have to like get rid of our procedure. Oh, this is annoying. Like, I wonder if it's the types in some way. Like, I wonder if like only certain types can actually be globals. Okay, let's I'm kind of tempted to try and just debug this by just commenting out parts of the code. So instead of like doing some massive change. So let's temporarily disable like the update game state. Oh, so like the other thing here is that this is like a loop and we're not actually like breaking from it. Maybe this is the big error. Yeah, I don't see us breaking from this. Yeah, like why even is this in like a loop anyway? Yeah, let's get rid of this. We don't need to do any of that. Okay. Is there a quick way of indenting this stuff? Okay, do that. I just want to do what I can do in Emacs, which is just select this and then just press tab and it automatically aligns. Oh, Emacs is so good. I need to stop complaining about Emacs. Okay, so now there's not like weird, now there's not an infinite loop. Maybe this time the game will. the game will both compile and actually run. No, quit this. While this compiles, I'm going to get some water. Okay, this compiled. The question is, do we have some other infinite loops happening in our program? Oh dear, once again. It failed. Let us continue finding the errors. Okay. So one thing we could do is simply comment out all of this updating code. So now the game shouldn't do any kind of... let's just like block out the whole process input part. And just to like make sure we haven't done something totally ridiculous. Let's comment out everything to do with these globals basically. See, that does that stuff, and then we've commented that out, so it hopefully doesn't cause a problem. Okay, compile. Okay, it hasn't crashed yet, which is okay. Back to like what we kind of expected. Okay. So yeah, it is crashing due to some of the pointer stuff we did. And also like pressing escape now isn't actually doing anything since we disabled that. Oh, pressing like Control X isn't doing anything either. Control Q. Okay, but Control Alt Delete does exit it. And Control X here should get rid of it. Okay. So let's maybe try let's turn on the process input and see if this is screwing things up. So we can do process input. Actually, before we even do that, let's just see if we can set all of these globals. All of these should have been 0 initialized anyway, but we'll see. We'll do these one part at a time. I'm gonna sit down since I've been standing too long. Okay. Okay, let's try and run this. Working so far. Okay, that's working. Okay. We are narrowing down where the culprit is. Okay, so now let's try selecting a process input. We'll compile this. Okay. We found it. We have found we have localized the problem. So it is something to do with the process input. The question is where? What in here is making this fail? Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, let's comment everything out except the escape key. There was also some line that I deleted at the beginning because it seems irrelevant. I'm kind of afraid that's having some effect. But we'll see. Okay, so we'll comment out all of that stuff, and then all this is saying is if the escape key has been pressed, quit the game, and let's see if this fails. I'm a bit hungry. I mistakenly got this like this chocolate covered snack, and just to show how hot it is in the room, as I unopen it, you can see the chocolate has already melted. This is how hot it is at the moment. Ugh. Okay. What is it about this program that is... What is about this function that's failing? Like, I wonder if it's this. I wonder if it's this line here. Like, this was followed by the thing that I then deleted that I didn't know. Let's check out the Pong source code and see what's happening after noob next key event in that. Okay, so we'll open up a new workspace. I'll just switch to this one. Is it Alt Shift Caps Q to quit? Yeah. So yeah, let's go up to the Pong here, and yeah, open Pong. Okay, this kind of is important. Okay, so what does this D sign even mean? I've forgotten. Why is it not here? It is in the documentation somewhere, okay, but in either case, we can copy this for now. So yeah, if the key event is nothing, okay, so this is saying if the pointer to the key event is a null pointer D sign. So if we go to, let's investigate what this D sign is. So if we go to the document here for the Brevis, and then we check out basics.txt. What does the D sign information say? Here it is. Yeah, prolata is defer, the D sign is break. Continue is proceed. Okay. Okay, this totally makes sense now. So when, so we have this key event and we're basically like trying to dereference the key event pointer and then compare it to a bunch of other stuff. But for most of the time, it's a null pointer, and so we're then dereferencing it, and hence the fail. Okay, we figured it out finally. Okay, it does feel good to figure this out, even though this is a problem I caused myself. Okay, so we can actually set all of these to false, and we. Oh, but hang on, we. I guess we haven't figured it out. Since it's already in our code, we're saying if it's the null pointer break. Break may not be return though. So okay, yeah. So maybe this actually is the problem. So like an easy way around this would, the easier way around it is to actually figure out how do we like return from a function, from a procedure. My guess is that it's refer, but we should check this out. Let's go back to the documentation. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the error. Okay, so where's the return stuff? How do we return from a procedure? Doesn't seem to be in here. Okay, I guess we'll just look at some standard library thing instead. Yeah, so let's just open up a new workspace. Go to examples, go to the codex, and then go to Pong. Wait, Pong itself may not actually contain what we want. Yeah, we want like a library. We'll go to the fulcrum, and then we'll do the string should be fine. Let's check out the standard library string functions procedures. It's so hot in here that even the chocolate has melted. Alright, refer is definitely return. Yeah, like if we want to try and find the index of some element in this byte array, oh, it's not actually returning the index. Curious. It's just saying return a boolean equal to like 1 or 0. Okay. Yeah, so we want to have refer instead of dsign in our code. And we're going to have to modify the escape button so that it actually works as well. What's the time? 5:08. Okay, so if the pointer to the key event is the null pointer, immediately return from the procedure. This part we're going to have to think about a bit more, since this actually isn't going to like escape the game. Let's just put in another let's put in another global I kind of just want to make another global for this, and then in the actual like new main function we then say if escape is being pressed, just exit that thing instead. Okay, so for the moment disabling this, it should compile, but pressing escape won't do anything yet, since I'll just say like properly deal with escape. Properly deal with escape presses. Okay. Let's attempt to compile this. Where is it? No. Okay. Let's try running this. Hasn't crashed yet. Okay. Good. I want to say we have figured out the bug. Right, no movement's happening because we disabled that part of the code, but it's no longer crashing. Okay, and then yeah, let's quit out of this. Okay. Yeah, it was. Okay, we've now learned though what dsign means, what refer means. Etc. Okay. Okay, so now let's go back to the other stuff we commented out. So we commented out all of the update game state. So this we want to change. Okay, well, let's give this a go. Let us compile. Things are happening. Sadly though, the character is moving several segments with each button press though. This is not what I wanted. Why? And yeah, it's definitely happening over multiple frames. So I press the arrow key once. So right now I'm holding down the right arrow key and then releasing it. So when I press it to hold it down, the character advances. When I let go, they move. Okay, so now this makes a bit more sense of why tapping right or left moves them 2 positions. A similar kind of behavior in this case too. I press upwards, I hold it down, I let go. Like down, release, down, release, down, release, down, release. Okay, okay, yeah, so why is this happening? When we added in code that's meant to detect and stop this. It may be due to how like the key pressing is even working. Okay, yeah, so let's quit out of this. Like I wanted to like work on like the screen transitions today, but I think we're gonna have time for that. Oh well. Progress is being made. Okay, so now like what is happening? So yeah, I don't know what this key event struct is. I don't know what this new key event is. And so I reckon the first thing, like the immediate thing to do is just to look into this. I guess luckily we do have this debug line in here, so why don't we just see what this does? So let's try compiling the game with this debug message now. See what comes out of it. Oh, it really didn't like this. I don't know of anything that is called preamp. Well, let's find some code that uses that calls this. I'm trying to think. I think I got this from potentially Nick's app. So if we check out the color here, that will at least give us a hint what library it's from. Or maybe not. I feel like these three libraries are kind of three libraries that are getting called. Yeah, I'm not seeing any preamps here. Okay, so maybe it's instead referenced in POM. Oh, it's so hard. And it is here, but it is commented out. Okay. So let's just check out the fulcrum and see if it's in there. Which one could it be inside? Well, wait, which three did it call again? It called F1, Pong. Okay, chord procedura, imperatoris, basis serena, and registio. So maybe a notarum, a difficator, it's in there. Or maybe it's in strings. We can check out both. Yeah, so let's do source strings. So yeah, UTF-8 stuff. Compare string, strings equal, string split. Single. Yeah, okay, not seeing it in here. So maybe it's in, is it, Move to RAM, identificator. No, it's not in here either, damn. It beats me what it is then. Oh, where it is. Okay, like a kind of cheating way of doing this, but I don't care, let's just do it. It's just to like just check on like the backups are made in Windows where this thing is, other places where this thing is defined. Since yeah, it's unclear if it's even in a standard library at this point. So yeah, what do we need in order to do prem? That is the question. So let's go to the right. First of all, see if it's in here. No. So if we go into the Serenum backups, this one is fine. Let's just search everything for prem. So yeah, it appears heaps of times in noob, but okay, so it doesn't then seem to be like a standard library function. So then why is like, at least we don't need to import something to call it, I think. Oh, this is in Serenum 3 though, which things have changed a lot since then. Have I made a big backup of the Serenum 6 yet? Okay, maybe this is a better place to check. Okay, kind of, I said paste. Oh my goodness, Windows. Oh, Windows. Okay, this is better. This is more what I was expecting. I'm hardly seeing it at all now, so I wonder if it's been depreciated. Maybe it has been depreciated. Yeah, like there are allocated versions of Prem, but not like the Prem itself. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's just go under the assumption that it's a function that's now been updated with something. In particular, if we have a look at a like rectangle drawing example, then there's some versions of that which might have it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's get out of this. Go to like 4 and where do we want to go? We want to go up into the rectangle drawing example, in particular into the codex. And then maybe I had it in like the checkerboard. I guess we'll see. Let's just do read only at the moment. The checkerboard. No. This is not the way. Where exactly? Why did I quit out of this? Oops. So it says like 4:11:23. So this is the current file we're in. So we're currently in like 6. So I think we want to go into the fulcra and then 23, which is presumably this other one. Okay. So so we'll get out of here, go into the fulcra. And then even though we like, well, okay, when we scanned this last time there wasn't any like prem exactly, but I guess that's because it's now been replaced with these allocator versions. Okay, so yeah, maybe it's like, what's this saying, like public procedure edificator notron prem. Okay, yeah, this feels like we're gonna have to update the printing function to use one of these. Okay, it could be useful to find some examples of where these are getting, of like previous, like other places where these are getting used, just to like figure out like which version of these we should use, and then how to do it. Okay, so if we do like underscore prem, maybe that will help. Okay. But I'm not seeing an easy example that's using this. Okay. This may be useful to see. I mean, anything that's kind of printing like a new line, this could be pretty good. Okay, so if we go to Brevis on riskv and then sysinfo.libc. This is calling this a couple of times. This is like totally some like rabbit hole within a rabbit hole. It helps. It all helps. Okay. I do need to keep an eye on the time. Okay. Hopefully that will give us high enough. Okay, so we want to go to upstream, and then, well, a lot of stuff here. Brevis on riskv, then sysinfo.libc. How are these new printing functions working? Okay, so apparently on line 49 we've got one of these. Okay. Okay, so at least for printing single characters, edificated notum prem seems to be what we want to do. But all of these are being called on builder. And what is builder? Okay. Here's another like simple one. Okay. Oh, but this is now like notas instead of notam. Okay. So yeah, nota must be just for single characters. This is now for an entire string. And then how do we set up the builder? Okay, this line. Edificated notum builder. Oh, okay. Yeah, like initialize this via calling that. Okay. Like 10 pages. Okay. And then okay, and then you kind of just write to this builder, and then how does the actual like final printing stuff work? Yeah, this is like way too complicated for me to use in the rest of the stream, but I'm at least like seeing what we'll have to do in a later stream. Actually, even like I kind of want to print like one thing, which I think I should be able to do. Okay, so then we're just defining the string by saying what's this doing? So I guess later, I don't want to. I'm not going to do it now, but like in a later stream, we could then like start diving into the source code of this stuff and actually figuring out, yeah, what's happening. Okay, end of rabbit hole. Okay, so yeah, it seems as though the param procedure has been updated by some more powerful but complicated stuff. Let's go back to our Sokoban. Script Sokoban. Oops. Okay. So what was the point of all of this? Okay, I think the point of all of this was to figure out why holding down the right key and then releasing it moved the character like one in each step. So in particular, we want to investigate this noob next key event. Okay, so we know how to do that now efficiently. We want to go back to here, and we want to do noob next key noob next key event. Okay, so it's defined in because if this is Domus, this would be like Sokoban, Codex, Fulcra. Okay, so it is in. It is on line 513 in one of these files. The question is just which one. Okay. Okay, so presumably then it's going to be one of these four that we are importing. Okay, and it's like noob key event. Even though like I thought we looked through this at some stage anyway. Okay, so it's either in basis arena, registio strings, or procedure imperatoris. But yeah, let's look through them. So let's go to the fulcra. What's the time? Yeah, the stream is gonna have to wrap up within like 10 minutes, but that is okay. Is it in line 513 in this file? No, this doesn't even have that many lines. Okay, is it on line 513 in the basis arena? Aha, it is. That was close. Okay. So how do we define this? So we're saying make this global. Imperatoris Adventus Claviature noob key slot. Okay, and then yeah, refer the null pointer if an if statement is not satisfied. Otherwise, cast got.i to a noob key event. What is the got here? So the got is something of this form. Okay, where's this type defined? Imperatoris Adventus Claviature. Let alone this thing. Claviature Adventus 17. Let's just search this stuff. Why is this only appearing once? Oh, okay, that. Yeah. Why is this? Why am I not seeing the procedure declaration for this? That's unexpected. Maybe it's like a compiler internal? Is there some more information in here about what these are doing? No. Yeah, I need to know way more information about this line. Like, where is this struct defined? Like, first of all, what even is in this struct? What's the definition of this struct? And then, what's this procedure doing to kind of fill it? Yeah, I need to know the answer to that in order to make this game. Yeah, so I think I might have to end the stream here and then yeah, send some emails to Sam to figure this stuff out. Okay, maybe actually in like the bear grep search we didn't like search high enough for this. Maybe maybe I didn't copy enough stuff over. Like what actually did I copy over? So I copied everything in the SD card. Okay, so maybe this imp claviture is located somewhere else. Let's just take a screenshot of this so I can look at it. So we need to know this one. Key press approv look up. Okay. What is this doing? Okay. So the time is now 5:51. So yeah, let's switch off the Suriname. And let's now like make a copy or a backup. But now when we do like the search, we're gonna search a lot. We're gonna make sure we copy more than just the SD. Let's see if we can find where this procedure is defined. Okay, so now we want to do the kind of everything is in here though. Right, like this is kind of what the post stream backup look like. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm like totally clueless. I don't know where to find this. I mean, like maybe it's just defined in some like other file that's linked. Okay, in either case, it's clear that I'm like totally stuck. So this needs to be resolved via email. Okay, so I'm just gonna like end the stream now then. We got some things we made some progress, and yeah, hopefully by next stream, yeah, I will have some more clarity on this issue. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming who stopped by and said hi. Bye bye.